Hey guys, welcome back. This is week four of my server. I don't think there's any new changes in the server in terms of like people stuff made while I was not here. Um, so today I'm just gonna work on making making something for this build here, which is going to be like a kind of like a Japanese temple. That's going to be on top of this thing. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about random things that are happening in my life, I guess. So yeah, as I'm looking through this, I couldn't really talk while making this thing just because I had to think about like what to add and what blocks to use and all that, so I couldn't multitask very well. But yeah, just to talk about random things, I guess, since it's just gonna be a speed up process of this building. Um, I wanted to make like a Japanese temple, as you know, and kind of intend this to be like the first of like many. Like it's kind of like the base temple, um, and then going to make like a route that goes to the left and up, and then it would lead to like more kind of buildings and hopefully try to like combine it in a way that makes sense to make it look like, not just a bunch of random buildings, but like a cohesive kind of landscape. And yeah, the inspiration for this was when I went to Mie back last winter, I want to say, and visited my grandparents on their dad's side, and we went to this temple for New Year's Day, and it was super packed, but it was really cool. Like the route that it took was kind of like this, where it was a pretty long route. But this is a different kind of temple that's pretty famous. I don't remember quite where it is, but basically there's like a lot of these torii that leads you up to the temple, and that's like another well-known thing. But yeah, basically I just combine some inspiration or yeah, design inspirations from different famous temples in Japan. So outside of this, let's see, talking about my life, I guess. So this week was week three, I think, of work at this point. Week four, maybe. Not quite sure. At this point, I feel pretty comfortable working through these tickets. They're, for the most part, it's pretty easy. Well, not easy. I don't want to say that because I still need like to get help sometimes. But for the most part, it might take me a little bit, but usually I'll be able to figure it out without help. Most of the time. It's mainly just like the setup of how the team, set up like a debugging kind of software and database kind of structures and all that I had to get used to. But once I figured out how people set it up, it was fairly intuitive to try to work through each of the tickets. Stuff like adding like a new button to the UI, stuff like that. It's not very you know, like high stakes. I want to say, oh, it is high stakes a little bit, but it's not really like yeah, like a big project, but a lot of like little tiny projects, which I like. I think it's pretty fun. Um, Still enjoying work so far, and don't definitely don't feel like dreading Mondays and all that. It was really fun this week because our company does like this like monthly like mandatory day off thing that they started because no one likes to like randomly schedule a day off because they'd feel, I guess, like indebted to the rest of the team. Um, but yeah, we decided to on that day, my manager invited me and all the other people in the Seattle office to go see the Seafair parade or Seafair event. There were a lot of like planes flying around and lots of food stands and all that. It was really fun. Definitely not. I don't know much about planes, but I still had fun just seeing the propeller planes and the Blue Angels going really fast. It was really loud every time it went by. Um, so yeah, I had to cover my ears and all that. But yeah, it was really fun. Um, let's see what else happened this week. Oh yeah, on Wednesday, I played soccer with like a couple of my friends from Japanese school, and also like his. acquaintances, I guess, that are from Japan. So we played a little bit of soccer with them. I definitely feel there's kind of like a culture gap, I feel like, when I play soccer with them that I don't really like that much. What I mean is like they're pretty like the people from Japan are pretty they're pretty intense. They do call outs and like they like get annoyed if you make a mistake and all that. And personally I'm just like pretty past that kind of phase of playing soccer and trying like super hard. So it's kind of like a yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was what I wanted. So I was like, okay, I'm probably not gonna go to these events anymore. But I mean, sometimes I have nothing else to do, so I just like, okay, I'll go anyway, and I guess I'll try my hardest. Yeah, and I'd say I'm pretty decent at soccer. I just don't have like the stamina anymore. But yeah, again, it's just like a lot of yeah, it's just like casual soccer, or it should be casual soccer in the sense that like it's just like a bunch of people between like ages 30 and 50 um versus me and my friends who are like just like 20 early 20s, and you would think they would just be like, hey, let's have fun, but they're like, we can't win, we can't lose to these younguns, and they're like trying really hard. I'm like, I don't know, it's just a little bit too insane for me. But yeah, in general, I'm a pretty non-competitive person, so that's probably has to do with it as well. But yeah, anyway, back to the video. And yeah, now just finishing up the rest of the lawn here. Pretty happy with this build, I think. Just gonna add a little bit more of dirt here. Um, and yeah, the idea behind making this kind of section here is to direct the people or like the visitor into like following this path. Um, because I intend to make it like a route that goes here and then up this way through like the mountains up there. So yeah, and this thing here is where in Japan oops, they would put money here and give like wishes to yeah to um kami-sama. So I'm just gonna make the path here, and then I think that will be it for this video. Probably gonna make a pond or something at some point here, just because right now it's just super ragged. But yeah, let's look at it from like through one of these gates, or I guess the final gate here. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Um, let's see, maybe I should just not have this part here. That might look a little bit better, just to show the ports right there. Yeah, I think it looks a little bit better like that. So yeah, this was it for this video. Oh, I guess before that, I'll just showcase what it looks like a little bit on the interior. Yeah, didn't really add anything here because for what I know, like it's mostly just like decorative for the most part. I don't think there's a lot in terms of the interior of these Japanese temples, but I might be wrong. Uh, yeah. So yeah, this was episode 4 of the series. Cool stuff. Alright, I'll see you guys next week.